Greetings, Flat Earthers, and welcome to Central Arkansas. This is my place of serenity. I'm gonna tell you my big secret. This is just like one of the song Banjo by Rascal Flatts sings. You gotta go deep, way on back, cross a few creeks and a couple little shacks. You gotta get lost, way on out, crickets and frogs. You're getting close now. Then you kick it into four-wheel drive till you run out of road, and you go and you go and you go, and this is where you end up. My serenity. Most people might think, oh Lord, you poor girl. But this place is me. It's home. It's a part of me. It's where I grew up. And it's a part of who I am, who my existence is, and who I'll always be. And I love to come down here and just let you cannot imagine how amazing it is to lay right here in this gushing stream of water. Now you gotta plant your rear end, plant some rocks around your rear end to keep from floating on down the river, but just how amazing it is to let this water just gush, lay back, and let your worries just float away down the river and just forget about everything and concentrate on yourself, your serenity, your well-being, and who you are and what you're looking for in life and everything. It's like a free spa. Yeah, I call it the country girl spa. My granddaughter and I were down here just the other day, and we had just laughed and giggled, laying in the current, just laughing away, letting all of our worries that are going on right now, float smooth down the river. We baptized ourselves together, What I love about this place is that, my life has been haunted by a lot of terrible things. I've had a lot of terrible things happen in my life. Seen a lot of terrible things, dealt with a lot of terrible things. And, when I look at this, I see the haunting beauty. I keep wondering, about what more is out there, and instead of standing here, standing on a beautiful tropical island and looking at, the beautiful blue ocean and crystal clear water and sand squishing between your toes and all that. But I think, unfortunately, I would probably be like a fish out of water after a while, because it's just not me. This is me. This is who I am. This place is who I am. And it's about accepting who you are and the life that God gave you, and making the best out of it that you possibly can. 30 years ago, I was down here with kids and teenagers, and we were drunk and high and all sorts of stuff, and I never in my life dreamed that I'd still be standing here all these years later, am playing in the same water with my 4-year-old granddaughter. But it's who we are, and we do the best with what we got, and to move forward and make the best of a bad situation. And I have just recently, well, I say just recently, in January, I had a near-death experience, and it was when I came out of the hospital from that a lot of things started to hit me, and I started to realize a lot of things, because my doctor confronted me and asked me, was I trying to kill myself? And I assured him that I was not trying to kill myself. The overdose was an accident. It wasn't even an overdose on prescription drugs. It was an overdose on BC powder of acetaminophen. And it was because I had had a procedure done on my head, which I won't get into. It's long and complicated. But anyway, after I came out of that procedure, pain set in my head that felt like I'd been hit by a bus. And I just kept taking BC powder over and over and over and over until I was so weak. I got up one morning to take my daughter and her friend to school, and I told the girls I was not feeling good, and some things happened. I wrecked my car, and it's a wonder I didn't take everybody else out with me. Almost took the swimming pool out at our house, and it was a big mess. Anyway, my daughter sent the school resource officer, Officer Jackson, over to the house to see if I had made it back home and to see if I was okay, because she was worried about me. And he asked me if I'd taken any pills, or asked me if I was all right, just different questions. And I assured him that I told him that my friend was coming to take me to the hospital. And I was so delirious at that point. The last thing I remember was standing on my front porch talking to Officer Jackson, and he kept being insistent about calling an ambulance for me. And that's the last thing I remember until I woke up in the hospital. Well, apparently in the hospital, I they must have brought me back from the brink of death, or from death, or whatever, because they told my regular doctor that I told them, why didn't you just let me die? And because at that time I didn't care. I was at the lowest point I could be at, and I didn't care if I lived or died. I wasn't necessarily trying to kill myself, but I wasn't necessarily, I just didn't care. I just didn't care if I lived or died. And when I came out of the hospital, I decided that no one was going to love me but me. And no one was going to give a shit about me but me. And it was at that time that I made a promise to myself, and I said, you know, I just can't get on this bus that everybody else is on. I feel like such a fish out of water. And I just can't get on this bus that everybody's on. And I just can't sell my integrity and morality and the values that my mother taught me, that I grew up with. I'm not selling my soul to the devil. And if everybody else wants to sell their soul to the devil, then so be it. You know, I'm going to worry about me, because no one's worried about me but me, and no one's going to worry about me but me. And I made a promise to myself that I was going to educate myself. And it was at that time that I kept seeing every day people just talking crap about Tila Tequila. And, you know, I didn't know a whole lot about her. You know, I know she had that reality show, and that she was dating the Johnson & Johnson heiress, Casey Johnson, when Casey passed away. God rest her sweet soul. And, you know, that's all I really knew about her. And it was every day on social media, somebody's talking about how she's flipped her lid, and how this stuff about flat earth and blah, 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 and she's gone crazy, she's on drugs and all this stuff. And I finally kind of got aggravated, and I'm like, what is this flat earth thing? So I started looking into it. And that's the best thing that ever happened to me, because my life had never really made a whole lot of sense. I felt like a fish out of water. And I always knew there was something different about me, and, you know, I just couldn't shake this. You know, I've always felt like an outsider. And when I started looking into it and doing all the research and study, and it just started leading me down so many roads that, oh my God, for the first time, my life finally makes sense. And I even read something, or actually watched something on YouTube last night about people who die and have near-death experiences, how they come back out of it a completely different person. And that's what I did. I came out of it. I came back a completely different person, and I understand the world so much better. I understand myself so much better. I understand people. I understand mainstream media. I understand things are so clear to me now. And the flat earth movement and the flat earth, it's not an argument about, it's not just an argument about whether our earth is flat or whether it's a sphere. There is a higher meaning and a bigger meaning to it all. And you have to find that on your own. And I mean, I think it's sad that someone has to have a death experience, be brought back or be brought, you know, from the brink of death, to be woke up and realize it and understand it, and you know, and discover God's love for us, and you know how this all came to be created. That's sad, but you know, I guess whatever it takes. I hope that I'm not saying everybody out there who knows this and just discovered this and everything has been through a near-death experience, or a death experience, and had your heart kick-started and been brought back to life or whatever, but well, anyway, I just wanted to make this video, and I want to say thank you to Tila Nigel, for I guess being so annoying that the paparazzi wouldn't stop writing about you, because you got somebody's attention, somebody that was very lost, and somebody that needed their attention, God, and it just took being steered in the right direction. So thank you to Tila. And it's raining on me now. By the way, I'm the girl that was talking to you about how it had been raining here every day for a month. It's raining again. Anyway, so I'm gonna do some more videos of talking about flat earth subjects and stuff, so stay tuned. But this is just kind of my introduction. Thank you.